Slendytubbies. It started as a copy of the popular 2012 hit, Slenderman, by being a game that copied the mechanics and the concept but replacing the thing that would stalk you in the woods. This project turned out to be much more successful than Sean Toman, the creator, expected, and became a classic in its time that attracted many morbid users who wanted to find out what forever ruined the once-ago peaceful meadow of Teletubbies. With the arrival of the third game, more questions arose then. What is the story of the three friends? How come Tinky Winky hung Po from the tree? How was the Teletubby virus created? What other macabre secrets are the military hiding? Or, the question I will analyze in this video. What exactly happened to Dipsy the night of the Tubby massacre? Here is a small clarification. I want to clarify that although it is already known that Tinky Winky killed him, we don't know what he exactly did to him. Besides, in 2012 not everyone knew that, so some users created their own different theories to explain it. In this first part we are going to deal with those theories. It is thus that I, your gracious host, Carmeloth, present to you
the mystery behind Dipsy's death.
Dipsy is the green Teletubby from the main gang. In the original series he was characterized by being slightly stubborn and lonely. But despite all that, he still enjoyed playing in company of his friends. In the game, what remains of him can be found in the mainland's dome, brutally beheaded and in a strange position, where his head rests on top of the slide inside the dome, while the rest of his body is lying on the bloody ground, just centimeters away. In order to discover what could have happened to him, we are going to take the role of detectives by analyzing all the theories that I have been able to find in my tour through the internet. It's important to mention that these theories will be listed from the least credible to the most logical hypothesis from my point of view. I will first argue in favor for the theories, and as I do so, the word argument will appear at any corner of the screen. Then I will contradict my own arguments and attack the theories, so the word counter-argument will appear at any corner of the screen.
Theory number 1. The headless tubby did it.
The first I will analyze. This theory dates back to the first years of Slendytubbies 2, around 2014, and is mainly supported by a cinematic in the trailer for said game. It is believed that Headless Tubby found Dipsy in the house and ruthlessly executed him. Then, somehow, it arrived to the secret center, where it continued the killing. During those times, there was a popular hypothesis that said that Dipsy and Headless Tubby were actually different beings, mainly due to the lack of information and also because, apparently, Dipsy's corpse was still in the Teletubby Island's dome while Headless Tubby was far away guarding the secret center. Unfortunately, this theory can be easily refuted, since it is known that Dipsy inevitably will end up turning into Dipsy Chainsaw, aka Headless Tubby, thanks to his performance in the Slendytubbies 3 campaign. Surprisingly, since Slendytubbies 1 and 2 have separated history and lore from Slendytubbies 3, this theory could have actually been right on the old and messy classic canon. Who knows? Sadly for this theory, we are only considering the modern canon, Slendytubbies 3. Therefore, if it's already true that both are the same Teletubby, then the story told in theory number 1 just couldn't ever happen.
Theory number 1 is discarded. Theory number 2. The tubby custard was the culprit.
This hypothesis is based on the fact that Dipsy could have had problems with his throat, due to the virus or the custard itself, so he tried to vomit. However, when he tried, his weak Teletubby neck just couldn't handle that pressure. It collapsed, and it exploded, which throwed away his head to crash into the slide and his body to fall a little further down the ground. I'll divide theory number 2 into two main ideas. Idea number 1, the custard itself. Dipsy's neck exploded because he ate too much tubby custard. Idea number 2, the virus. The virus inside the custard concentrated on his neck, causing it to explode. Now, regarding idea number 1, we can remember that in the campaign, Dipsy is seen eating just a single bowl of tubby custard, like his friends. Furthermore, it is completely absurd to say that someone's neck can explode just for trying to vomit. We can easily dismiss the idea number 1. Regarding idea number 2, on which part of the campaign can we see the virus being the cause of injuries like that? Quick answer, never. New mentions in this campaign that some of the virus's side effects include increased strength, increased speed, as well as the possibility of new limbs growth. But he never mentions the loss of limbs. Or in this case, losing your head.
Theory number 2 is discarded. Theory number 3. The virus forced Dipsy to commit.
According to this theory, Dipsy went completely insane because of the virus, then he took a chainsaw and cut off his own head. Like on the headless tubby theory, it's based on the same cinematic from the Slendytubbies 2 trailer. As a first point in favor, it is possible that the infected tubby custard makes the consumer to develop aggressive behavior and insanity. So, it may be valid to believe that someone who is showing the first symptoms of the virus could express its new desire to destroy living things by harming itself when noticing that it is also a living being. Another plus point I can think of is that it makes a little of sense having a hidden chainsaw in the mainland, since it's a place full of trees and the chainsaw could be used by the Guardian itself, especially in case he has to save one of the subjects if there were any accident related to trees. To refute the first point, among the pre-mutation symptoms that I could notice in the campaign there have been general body malaise, muscular body pain, increased aggressiveness and the desire to isolate. But it has never been proven that the virus can also drive someone to hurt themselves. What is more, Dipsy it isn't the kind of tubby that would commit something as horrible like that due to his childish mentality. To refute the second point, well, we are talking about a chainsaw, an extremely dangerous instrument. I think it could be useful for the Guardian as a self-defense tool, since he works as a security guard, but not for the test subjects because they're children alike. I won't deny there could actually be a chainsaw on the mainland. But, if that was the case, it would probably be hidden inside the Dome's tool shop, or even inside the Guardian's office in the secret lair. The point is that it surely would be out of reach for the test subjects because the Guardian wouldn't allow them to be near a sharp-form object. Being that the case, probably neither Dipsy or any other of the 3 Teletubbies could ever use it.
Theory number 3 is discarded. Theory number 4, a magic bag.
Unfortunately, my dear spectator, I have run out of time to explain the last one. Please, note that there are still parts of the mystery that remain unexplained and that I will try to answer in an upcoming video. This editing style does not have the same style as the content you usually consume because it resembles the old Hispanic horror editing style from 2012. I would like to apologize if it was not to your liking. Well, it only remains to add that, if any of you do not agree with my speech, please do not hesitate to refute my arguments or create your own theories on the comments. I'll be pleased to read them all. With all that being said, your gracious host, Carmeloth, is retiring. Thank you for watching.